Hi everyone, I'm Courtney. Today I'm playing a game. The game involves logos. I have to try to recreate a logo only from my memory. My husband gave me different names of companies. I have to recreate that company's logo without looking at it. I have to try to design the logo based only on memory. I have to remember the colors. I have to remember the fonts. I have to remember the graphics. I don't know if I'm going to do well or if I'm going to do poorly, but I am excited. My background is in graphic design, so let's see how good of a graphic designer I really am. The first business logo I need to recreate is Walmart. This is what the logo looks like. I'm not going to look at this picture, but I want you to know what it looks like while I'm trying to recreate it. Okay, based on my memory, the Walmart logo is a bunch of little lines in the shape of a circle. And I believe that the logo is yellow. I'm going to change the brightness on my screen. I believe that it's yellow, but I think it's a little bit orange. It's between orange and yellow. And I believe that the background is blue. I think the secondary color for the logo is blue. I don't know how bright of a blue it is. I think it's fairly bright. I think it's a little bit darker. Okay. So this is my yellow and this is my blue. So I am going to create a blue background. This is the blue background. And I'm going to create the lines. I'm going to use the brush tool to create the lines. And I need to adjust the size. I need to adjust the size of the brush. And I believe that it's something like this. The points towards the middle are thinner, and this point here is wider. So I'm going to use my eraser tool. This is my eraser tool. And I'm going to kind of just clean this up a little bit. I'm going to smooth this out. I think the area pointing outward is rounded and the middle is pointed. Let's make this a bit more pointed. Okay, that looks about right to me. Actually, I think this needs to be a little bit more rounded. Let's round this out a bit. Okay. Let's round this part a bit and make that rounder. Okay. This looks more or less correct. And I'm going to change it to this yellow color. And I want to remove the outline. So I'm going to get rid of the outline. So this black part is an outline. I don't want an outline. So I'm going to remove the outline. Now I'm going to arrange these in a circle. So I think that there are 6. I think there are 6 of these points. And it's something like this. I'm rotating them so that they create a circle in the middle. And I'm actually going to create a circle as my guide. So this is my guide, and I'm creating the points around the circle. Now, what I don't know is if some of these are smaller than others. I feel like some of these lines might be smaller than other lines. So that looks more or less correct to me. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to copy it and I'm removing the circle. I'm deleting the circle. Okay, that looks pretty good, but I think that 4 of these are smaller. I think they're a bit smaller. Maybe like that, and then let's move them out so it still creates the circle. And I'm wondering if I got the yellow color correct. So, okay. Now that I'm looking at these, I think the correct one is actually this one. I think it's the one where all of the lines are similar, are the same size. So I'm going to delete this one. I hope I'm right. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, and I'm actually going to select all of them and create a group. So now this is a group, so I can drag it. I can drag it together. Okay, so I'm going to place this on my blue background. And I'm trying to decide if these are the right colors. I also want to write the word mark. So the word mark is the text. So I'm going to write Walmart. That's not how you spell Walmart. Okay, I'm writing Walmart. I'm going to make this bigger so I can put it underneath. And I know that this font is white. This font is white, so I'll choose white. And this font here is too thin. It's too thin of a font. So what I'm going to do is look for a font that looks more like the Walmart font. It's a sans serif font. Sans serif means that it doesn't have serifs. But basically, serif fonts have little things on the edges. Okay, this is actually not bad, but this is still not the right font. Let me look for the right font. This is going to take a minute. Okay, this is not perfect. This is not perfect. I don't think this is the right font. I actually think Walmart probably hired a designer to design a font specifically for Walmart, but out of the fonts that I have access to, I think that this Lucida Grande is the closest font, and it's Lucida Grande in bold. So I'll show you what it looks like not in bold. So this is the font in regular, and this is the font in bold. So in bold, it's thicker. So I'm going to delete that. And now, I'm pretty happy with this. I think that the circle in the middle might need to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to spread out the lines. And I'm also going to change the colors a little bit. I think the blue needs to be a little bit darker, and the yellow needs to be a little bit brighter. Okay, so this is what I discovered. Walmart has a primary logo and a secondary logo. Usually a primary logo includes the word mark, the text, and a secondary logo just includes the graphic. One reason that companies have different logos is so that they can use them in different backgrounds. They can put them on different backgrounds. Another thing you'll notice about these two different logos is that this logo is longer. It's more horizontal. And this one fits nicely into a circle or a square. And so, what I remembered is actually a combination of these two logos. So, it turns out that when they use the word mark, it's in blue. It's in blue. And when they're only using the graphic, they don't put the word mark under it. But all that being said, I think I did fairly good on this logo. The part here towards the middle is a little bit more round. It's a little bit more round. Mine are pointier. They're less rounded. So I got that wrong. And this is a little bit shorter. The lines are a little bit shorter. I made my lines a little long. And I think I should have stayed with the circle being smaller in the middle. I should have stayed with that. But I'm not mad about this. Now let's check the colors. I'm going to take my logo and I'm going to put the real colors onto my logo and see how close I got. So the blue is a little bit brighter. I made the blue a little bit darker. And so I think I should have stayed with my blue before. And let's see how I did on the yellow. Okay. I made the yellow a little bit too yellow. I should have stayed with the yellow that I had before. The yellow that was a little bit more orange. And so, the colors are a little bit off. But I will say, I think I did okay. I think I did alright on this logo. What do you think? And what logo do you want me to recreate next? Leave it in the comments. Remember, if you liked this video, there are more videos just like this on EnglishSponge.com. I'm Courtney. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!